a government, I know we've been doing quite a lot to see how we can decongest the prisons. I know that since 2016, I know through the office of the chief judge, like you said, so many matters that ought not to be. She had released some inmates and granted bails on some inmates just as a process of decongesting the prisons. And I also know that as of last year, October 2017, she also carried out, 2017 last year, she also carried out went to prisons and released a certain number of persons and also granted bail. To the advice of advisory committee on prerogative of mercy, I also in October last year tried to release some inmates. For us, governance must be governance. So, with what they are doing and having come here, obviously there's no way we will not give you the support because it affects us. So if the system knows that, look, this is something that must be done, and must be done well, and protect and defend those who are doing it, without bringing any political coloration, you see that these things will move on very well. From 2013 to almost 2015, that there was no court in Rivers State. I hope we remember that there was no court in Rivers State, magistrate court or big magistrate or the high court. For obvious reasons. So in a situation where you don't have court for 2 years, that affected the administration of criminal justice. So many inmates who are supposed to get justice will not get, and that is why you have that kind of number of persons. So it's good to also, bring to attention that there was no court in Rivers State for 2 years. That will tell you what inmates have suffered the denial of justice.
His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, had indeed communicated his concerns to the states across the nation, expressing a desire for collaborative action with a view to look into possibility of working together towards addressing the prison situation that becomes a great source of concern to the nation. Indeed, arising from those antecedents, particularly against the background of the communication or correspondence between His Excellency the President and yourself, Your Excellency, and your collective concern to ensure at the end of the day that we work together towards decongestion of prisons formation. Of course, without compromising in any way the national security, which is paramount. The purpose of this visit is to pay prison visits, look at the respective cases, with particular concern and regard to national security, and see what can be done, particularly by way of immediate measures relating to perhaps payment of fines and associated cases that could be addressed immediately, while the committee as well look into lasting solutions. The committee, working with the state governors, have succeeded in releasing 126,500 prison inmates, mostly arising from the payments of their respective fines, which in most cases are minimum. Your Excellency, the major source of concern arising from the congestion situation in prisons are the fact that most of the inmates are within the age of 18 to 25 age brackets. And drugs constitute a major problem that influence their engagement into commission of crimes. The items that in most cases were reported to have stolen were negligible in terms of value. We have witnessed a situation whereby someone was indeed sentenced to, I think, a year or two for stealing sugarcane. the value of which definitely could not exceed 400 naira. Yam tubers, among others, were equally recorded as being the basis of sending people to prison. It's common knowledge, Your Excellency, that indeed our prisons across the nation are congested. The situation is indeed very alarming against the background of the fact that more than 70% of the prison inmates are indeed awaiting trials.
The issue of congestion of prison is a truism and indeed very dehumanizing, where there is such intensity in the congestion. Space for sleeping or even assuming a proper sitting position is a luxury. And it's not just because the overpopulation overstretches the prison, but the attendant repercussions, where one hardly finds space to sleep or even to sit properly. It has the consequential effect of dehumanizing, the environment terrorizing the psychic of those within, because the condition of living has become less than conducive for habitation by human persons.